Good evening, friends, fellows, channel members. Hope you're all well. Happy Tuesday. Oh, the weather. The weather. What awful weather we've had here today in the UK. It's been very wet, and of course we're in Scotland starting our flight tonight, so of course it is wet. What would we expect here in Edinburgh? I got absolutely soaked on the school run this morning, so yeah, not a great day. I think I've got more wet this morning taking the kids to school than I had throughout the whole of the winter. It was awful. God bless those kids that were soaked for the rest of the day, but never mind, they're happy now and hopefully in bed. So yeah, well, welcome on board, guys. Hope you're all doing well. A shout out as always to our awesome channel members. Hey, DC, Engineer, Strico, Daniel Lord, also here. Remblin, bonsoir to you. Clever Trevor, hello. And Barbell, good day indeed. Awesome to see you on board. Welcome to everybody else as well who is joining us both on Twitch and on YouTube as well. Thank you for watching. Liam Plays Games says it's pretty grim near Derry in real life at the moment. Not as grim as it is here, although it's a bit windy over in Derry. So tonight we've got a very special flight because Easyjet will be starting flights to Derry at some point in the future. I don't know. It is on their flight. You can book tickets for them now. They're not currently flying at the moment, so we're using our default call sign Easy34 Alpha Mike. All being well, if everything goes to plan and we can get out of here quick, get to Derry, I'll do the return leg as well, because it's only about a 40-minute flight. With that, it does mean we've got some stuff to breathe here on the ground before we get going as well, because we won't have that much time in the air to do much. Now, one of the things I want to check to begin with is what is the runway length of Derry. I've not actually looked at that. I don't suppose it's that long. Oh, actually, it's not bad. It's nearly 2 kilometers, so it's not what I'd say. It's not what I would consider a short runway. But this airport, just looking at the charts for the arrival and things, does pose some considerable threats. It's basically surrounded by a little bit of terrain all the way around it. Now, I've never flown into this airport before on the sim, certainly not in real life. So this is brand new for me as well. So that's always a bit of a threat. Something brand new. We shall, of course, work through that together. Now, the weather in Derry isn't great. It's quite windy, and there's a chance of rain and stuff as well. So one thing we do need to do is, once we've worked out what fuel we're going to take, etc., we need to do a dispatch landing calculation to see if we can actually see if we're actually legal to depart this evening. And as we look here, we're pretty heavy. We're only underloaded by a ton. So as you can see there, one thing I have completely mucked up is the alternates tonight. I'm not quite sure why Manchester's the alternate. That would not be the case. We'd be looking at Belfast, but that's all right. But it does mean that's probably one of the reasons why we've got so much fuel on board and why we're so heavy. Because look, there we've got alternate fuel. There is nearly 2 tons. Don't need that much if we're going to Derry. Other alternates as well listed further down below. What we've got, yeah. So there's Manchester, Liverpool, Shannon, and also Glasgow. I mean, to be fair, one of the best alternates, if we can't for whatever reason get into Belfast, would probably, Ops would just tell us, well, come back to Edinburgh and bring the aircraft where it was coming back to anyway for the evening. So yeah, that's probably one of the reasons why, as I say, the alternate fuel is so high. Because of that, then I'm not looking to take any more than plug fuel, because I know that we've got more than enough to get us there and back again if we needed to. So just other things then. Costing X4, that's normal. Only cruising today at 20,000 feet, flight level 200, which means obviously if we're in cloud, looking at that cruise temperature, we're going to have anti-ice on as well throughout our journey. We're looking to push back in about 25 minutes if we can get through that. Expecting 06, goes on 1 Delta departure. So plug fuel, we are going to take exactly that. So we're going to take 5.2 tons of fuel, and yeah, that should work for us. CNR then, if we're working to Manchester, is 3 tons. Having a look then at the forecast. Yeah, it's horrible here in Edinburgh. I think they're also LVPs here in Edinburgh, so that's single engine taxi and maybe might even do a Toga takeoff, Toga Tuesdays. Weather at the moment in Derry is not too bad in terms of visibility ceiling, but look at that, a nice 14 knot crosswind, and chances are that might even get a little bit stronger as well as we go through the evening. Let's have a look at that weather brief then. So let's have a look. Yeah, visibility as it stands at the moment is fine. Scattered 1600 QNH 1010 with a tempo expected rain and drizzle. Yeah, there we go. And a slight chance of the winds getting up to gusting 28. Nothing that should stop us getting in. Let's have a look at the NOTAMs then. So I don't think there's anything here at Edinburgh that's going to worry us. Quick look here at the NOTAMs for Derry. We've got restrictions applied to circuit due to grass cutting. Fair enough. That's not something I've seen too often. Aircraft refueling hours, pay attention to those. However, it does say down at the bottom, can be based around scheduled and pre-booked refill. So we'll just imagine that we've got that pre-booked, so to speak. And then we're on to NOTAMs for Manchester and things, so I'm not too worried about that. Quick look at the en route weather. That's our flight route. En route weather then, low level, that applies to us today. So yeah, icing conditions for much of our flight, so yeah, that anti-ice will probably need to be on. And then if we just have a look at the wind conditions, see if anything's changing. No, winds mainly from the north then as we're going. Okay, so I think we can probably tell our ground crew that yeah, we just want to load the plug fuel, and that should be fine. Let's go find our aircraft. We are, as I say, at Edinburgh, so Purgy Airport looking fantastic, he says. Why is it dark? Shouldn't be dark. Oh, just bear with me one moment. I've just realised I've not got Streamlabs set up correctly. Should be fine in a minute. Just need to check, is that working okay? Yeah, for some reason Streamlabs stutters sometimes when I haven't got it set up right. Seems to be working okay now though, and that's the main thing. Cool. All right, so yeah, there we go. Let's get the fuel all loaded. We'll work out what our landing weight's going to be then, and then we'll see if we can actually land there. So load everything as planned. 167 passengers according to the load sheet, and we'll get fuel loaded as well. Right, so with that, it means that our landing weight is expected to be 63, just under 63 tons. Well, let's be conservative. Let's do 63.2 tons for our landing calculation. So we will go with good, because it's not dry. Refresh the METAR, apply that. Landing weight, what did I say, 63.2. Right, how are we going to get in? That's going to be a flaps full, definitely. I think auto brake medium, yeah, so that's going to be fine. We can get in there. Means as well that flaps 3 might be out. Oh, maybe. I think flaps 4 would probably be sensible, which is a shame. I like flaps 3. Okay, but that's our takeoff, our dispatch landing calculation done. We're legal to depart, so let's get on board and start setting everything up. Right, here we are. It's wet, of course. I think this weather is in for the duration, so that's not going to change. Alright then, so usual stuff. We'll just check pumps are off, we're external power packs are off, nav lights are on, and spoilers, flaps, parking brake, yeah, transponders 2000, good. Let's get the constraints on up here. Let's grab the ATIS information. I think that's knocking about on line 131355. Let's just tune to that. Grab my pen and have a listen. I can tell the cloudbot's working as the gamblers are back in the house.
F5. Acknowledge receipt of information Sierra and advise aircraft type on first contact.
Let's listen to all of that then.
Edinburgh information Sierra. Time 1820 Zulu. Runway in use 06. Runway condition report. Runway 06555. Transition level flight level 75. Surface. Window 6014 knots. Visibility 5 kilometers. Light rain. Broken at 500 feet. Overcast at 1,700 feet. Temperature +11. Dew point +11. QNH 1011. Ground is open. Departing aircraft make initial contact on frequency 121.755. Acknowledge.
Okay, yes, we heard there as well. Nicely showing us the runway condition code of 555. That's more useful for arriving aircraft, to be honest. But I don't mind doing a toga takeoff tonight. It is quite wet. Whether the runway is considered contaminated or not, difficult to tell. But it is very wet, so I'm happy to go with. I'm happy to burn some extra fuel. All right, good. Let's check everything is set up then. So QNH 1011, we've just heard that, that's fine. Check out the audio control panel. Want to be monitoring the guard frequency, yeah, that's fine. Good. Lighting is already set up. Switching panel, thrust levers, etc. They're all good. Engine mode, master, select. They're fine as well. Pressure is not yet in the green. Constraints around QNH 1011. I think the initial climb here is 5,000. I will double check that. It might be 6,000. I think it's 6,000. We'll double check it on the chart in a moment. Company message comes through as well, just because aircraft is being loaded. Right, let's. In fact, is CPDLC available? Let me just have a look. We'll send that off. If it is, I don't think it is actually. Looking at that on vPilot, so. Now we'll contact ATC in a moment. Fine. So just the usual stuff. Make sure we've got IRS 3 now greens. Aircraft status. Aircraft cycle is fine. That expires on Thursday. And let's do our init request. Right. Easy. 3, 4, Alpha, Mike, cost index 4. Cruising is there, we're very low tonight. Flight level 200, that's 19 degrees. Ground temperature is 11. Tropopause on the flight plan is 35,204. Download the winds. And just check 55, 56, 57 and 321.9. All those coordinates given to us on stand. Oh, they're not here at Edinburgh. I'll have to go through the charts and check those. They all look nicely aligned. I'm happy with them. Right, flight plan. Everyone raise a mate. Thank you for the raid. Hope you're doing well. So we're off on 06, goes on 1 Delta. Now also at London Derry there is no there's no standard instrument arrivals, so we're expecting a direct to 08. There is no star. There is a VIA via the NDB Echo Golf Tango, so we'll basically fly a teardrop loop over that and come back in. So that's done. 186 miles. I've got 103 on the flight plan, so I'm happy with that. Radnav page, we've got the uniform whiskey NDB. Pop that in. So that's fine. And then onto our init B page. Check out our load sheet. Right, so if you weigh 59 point, well, that's actually going to be 60, isn't it? Round that up. 60, and so if you weigh CFG is 31.7. Our alternate fuel, if we were going to Manchester, this is of course 1.9 tons. Check out the fuel planning in a moment. We're taking 5.1. Actually, for weights, we're taking 5.2. Right, takeoff weight of 65. So just above max landing weight, although it won't probably matter to us if we do need to come back in here, because we'll have burnt that off in the Toga takeoff we're going to do. Let's just check. That's an extra 8 minutes, so that's fine. Hey, Flight Designs, hope you're doing well. Axcrew, at times in the real world here, air traffic control is not operated with airlines like Easy operate into uncontrolled airspace, or do they plan around? No, they will plan around them. They will not fly into uncontrolled airspace. That's that's not, well, I'm assuming they won't. They haven't started these flights yet, but I am assuming that that's not going to happen. They will definitely fly with ATC. Right, that's done, all sorted. Let's have a look at the takeoff performance page then. So what's our takeoff weight? 65 on the nose and 30.4 is planned. CFG takeoff. So it is wet. Flaps 1. No need to force toga. It is 11 degrees, isn't it? So we don't need the anti-ice on for departure. We've got the visible moisture, but it's not quite cold enough to need it. 65, that CFG is 30.4. And we'll go for full length. Right, 29.44.2. Flaps 1. Flex 58. And let's have a look at the engine out stuff for Edinburgh. Bring in SimSmart. So with the updated SOPs, that's going to be 910 all the way around. There we go. Secondary flight plan. Copy the active, and the engine out procedure here is standard left turn uniform whiskey NDP and hold. So let's just get uniform whiskey in there. Inbound course was 061 right turns. And then if we need to do that, of course, we will be back here on the ILS 406. No start, no veer. Good. Just double check. Here come all the passengers. There we go. straight out, left turn, there's the hold, and ILS is in. As is the go-around procedure as well. Okay, so let's contact air traffic control and get all that sorted. Hey, Grey Wildcat, good to see you on board, and David English also in the chat. Hope you're doing well. Right, what's the frequency? 121755. Right, let's give them a call. Edinburgh ground, good evening, EZ34 Alpha Mike, stand 8, A320 with Sierra requesting IFR clearance to London Derry. It's a rather quiet response, isn't it? It's a very quiet response indeed. Got the frequency right. 121755. 121755. Yeah, that's all right.
EZ34 Alpha Mike, Edinburgh ground.
Ah, now I know why he was late. EZ34 Alpha Mike, pass your message.
EZ34 Alpha Mike, hello. You are off to Derry on the Gosling 1 Delta departure runway 06, squawk 7023, QNH 1011.
Cleared by the Gosling 1 Delta, squawk 7023, runway 06 and the QNH 1011, EZ34 Alpha Mike.
EZ34 Alpha Mike, read that correct?
Hee, Flight Design's doing our ground control then this evening. Hey Gando, good to see you. So what was the squawk? 7023, 7023. Here we are. Pop that in. Good stuff. Right, let's just look through the charts, make sure there's nothing we've forgotten. Edinburgh, we do it quite a bit, so let's have a look. So with regards to our aircraft, we've got a nice fully working aircraft apart from the weather radar this evening. No need to worry about that. It's obviously wet, so we are considering, in fact we were going to do a toga takeoff, weren't we? So let me just revisit our takeoff performance calculator, because yeah, I do want to change this. We are going to do Toga Tuesdays, why not? So let's just force Toga, yes, recalculate that. Oh, was that not actually changed anything? 29.44.2 and a flex of, yeah, okay, fair enough. There we are, good stuff. Lovely. So indeed, it's going to be a toga takeoff for us today, given the ground conditions. So that's something a bit different, isn't it? We've checked through the no times, nothing to worry about there. Let's have a look at what we can expect. So stand, where are we? Stand 8. So pushing back onto the Foxtrot. Taxi then via Alpha, a little hotspot there, but we've been here enough times not to be caught out about that. Full length departure planned from Delta. No, it isn't. Scrap that. Full length departure planned from Alpha 1 all the way down there. Yeah, let's make sure we take off on the right runway. And then it's the course on 1 Charlie, which is straight out left turn at 640 or ILS 0.5. So I'll just turn that on here so we can see that there. And then we've got MSA 3,000 feet as we climb. Our initial climb is 6,000 feet. Noise routes terminate 6,000 feet. That's fine. Cruise levels by ATC after takeoff. Report call signs, SID, and altitude. And cleared for altitude. First contact with Scottish Control. That's fine. I think they're online as well, which will be quite nice. So threats to deal with then. We've spoken about the weather, the fact it's contaminated as well, so no single engine taxi for us today. Toga takeoff. We have also got MSA, bit of terrain down to the south, but shouldn't bother us. But yeah, nothing really out of the ordinary for our departure today. Let's have a quick look then at our arrival. I say we're not going to be in the air very long, so there's a few things that we probably can do ahead of time now. So if we skip through to the performance at the approach page, just grabbing the latest meta for Derry as it is. We'll just grab it from this page here, just to reduce our workload once we're going, which isn't, you know, abnormal to do when we've got such a short flight. So the winds are currently 040 at 20. Wow. Light rain at the moment. Temperature is 14 and QNH is 1010. That weather there then is still Cat 1 stuff, which means our minimums for our approach today are going to be 293. So just wanted to have a little visit of that.
Minimum.
And we are also going to be doing a flaps full landing as well. Let's just have a little bit of a look at this now before we do anything else. Because why has nav accuracy just been downgraded? What is afoot? Something broken. Systems page. Cat 2. All looks okay. Nothing up there. I can't have another broken aircraft, surely. 3 nav greens. No, all looks okay. Strico A3, celebrating 2 months of captain level membership. That is awesome. Thank you so much. Yeah, so this is just what I wanted to have a quick look at. There you can see the terrain. Now, as we're coming in, what we will do is we will position ourselves basically to fly over the VOR. We're not coming from the south. We're not coming from Belfast, basically. So what we're going to do, we'll fly straight over the Echo Golf Tango NDB, and then we will fly the teardrop approach, which is basically heading 235 out to a distance of 10.6 miles an hour LSDME. Then it's a right turn back in. But that should be the approach anyway that we've got in the box. I can just quickly double check that, make sure it's all good and fine. Yep, so discontinuity after the Mac VOR, and then there it is. So let's just tidy that up and clear the discontinuity, insert that. And there we go. So that's our approach. So you just wanted to bring that to our attention before we went anywhere, so we don't have to cover it again. The terrain surrounding this airport, very important, because you know it gets up pretty high, about 2,000 feet. We've never been here before either. Also, another little gotcha. It's a 3 degrees offset localizer that we'll be flying into today as well. Warning: due to high ground, do not descend below the prescribed minimum altitude. So yeah, they're obviously all there. Obviously, once we've got down to the platform altitude and on the localizer, glide slope, etc., we know that we are safe. Also worth noting again, just so we don't have to brief it too much, but there's only one taxiway we can take. That is Bravo. It's a 45-meter wide runway. Once we've passed Bravo, if we can't get off after landing, then obviously we'll need to turn around on the runway. There's no turning pad at the end, but it's 45 meters, so it's wide enough for us to turn around once we've landed. So I think that is that's pretty much everything. Let's get the APU started, and yeah, we should be pretty much ready to to get going. Pop that back to art mode and 20 degrees. Final company message come through. That should be our final load sheet. Let's get the APU on. Refueling, I think, is completed. 5120. So, get the pumps on. And we'll just check that company message as well.
Hello, this is your captain speaking. Welcome aboard on this Easyjet flight from Edinburgh to Derry. We are currently preparing for departure and we will be taking off shortly. Thank you for choosing to fly with us today.
Awesome, no LMCs. Right. Let's do our cockpit preparation checklist then. Just wait for that APU to
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board. My name is Chris Hogg and I am the cabin crew member on this flight. We ask that you please fasten your seatbelts at this time and secure all baggage underneath your seat or in the overhead compartments.
Sailor, what was the trick you did to remove the discontinuity? You just press
all
the
personal electronic devices, including laptops and cell phones.
Press the clear
Smoking
button,
is
then
prohibited for
press on
duration
where
of
the
flight.
discontinuity is to
Thank you
clear
for
it, and then
choosing
accept
Easyjet.
it down
Enjoy
here.
your flight.
Our flight today will take approximately 42 minutes. The weather in Derry is partly cloudy. Please remember to keep your seatbelt fastened while seated and whenever the seatbelt sign is illuminated.
APU's up and running. Wonderful. Let's disconnect the external power. Seatbelt signs can come on. Alright, cockpit preparation checklist. Aircraft accessories, that's all been completed. Fuel quantity is 5120 kilograms balanced. Seatbelt signs are on. Ideas, we've got 3 green. QNH 101 100 feet. Let's get GSX into position. Hey, Chris Phillips. I'm very well, thanks. Hope you are as well. Thank you for joining us tonight. Daniel Lord says that Ryanair aircraft actually
Ladies and
landed
gentlemen, shortly after takeoff, we'll start serving
by
seats
mistake.
and drinks. You can find our sky menu in the seat pocket in front of you.
Well, there is that is an airport, isn't it? Very close here, and it says, "Do not land. Do not mistake Ballykelly Airport for Londonderry, Eglinton." So, yeah. Oh dear. Edinburgh ground EZ34 Alpha Mike is ready for push and start.
EZ34 Alpha Mike, stand by.
Completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Axe Crew says Irish test also landed there. How often do people get the wrong airport? I mean, the runway configuration looks quite similar, but I don't understand how. There's so many different telltale signs that you're lined up with the wrong runway. You know, if you're on the ILS for starts, that's a good indicator. Bear in mind, yes, I know it's 3 degrees offset, but even so. Right, and I can't push back yet because our ATC hasn't told us. Organ pushback is synced to the beacon. Why do I select it through the JSX?
Uniform Alpha Alpha 111.
Simply because when we request our clearance and we get our clearance, that's when you put the beacon light on. I don't want the ground crew to start preparing themselves then. That's far too long.
Startup approved.
I want them to be ready.
The clearance will be at the holds. Report ready for taxi.
Startup approved. The clearance will be given at the hold. Our report when ready for taxi.
Uniform Alpha 111, reback correct. Break, aircraft calling for pushback, call sign only.
Well, we've only called once. AZ34 Alpha Mike is still waiting for push. cancel master caution. Clear ECAM, disregard.
Easy 3 for Alpha Mike. I heard that. I am watching you, by the way. Push and start approved. Stand number 8, face west.
Push and start approved and face west. Thanks a lot, Easy 3 for Alpha Mike. Ah, God bless him. Alright, beacon light is on.
Easy 153, request push and start.
And
Easy
transponder.
153, stand number 5, push and start approved. Face north.
Push and start approved, facing north, Easy 153.
Okay, before start checklist. Parking brake is on, takeoff data is confirmed, windows are closed, EFB is on flight mode, doors are closed, and arm beacon light is on.
Release parking brakes.
Parking brake released.
Shamrock 3250, ready for push and start.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Shamrock 3250. Stand 2, push and start
Nozzle cylinder
approved. Face north.
disconnected. Engine mode selected to ignition and starting engine 1.
3250.
Tom, we're not on any server, we are on VATSIM. So I guess we are on a
Ladies
server.
and gentlemen, on behalf of the
The
crew,
VATSIM
I
server.
ask that you please direct your attention to the crew members as we review the emergency procedures. There are 6 emergency exits on this aircraft. Take a minute to locate the exit closest to you. Note that the nearest exit may be behind you. Should the cabin experience sudden pressure loss,
Uniform Alpha 1,
stay calm
ready
and
for
listen
taxi.
for instructions from the cabin crew. Oxygen masks will drop
Uniform
down
Alpha
above your seat.
111.
Place the mask
Make
over
sure,
your mouth
can you
and
squat more,
nose.
Charlie, please?
Pull the strap to tighten it. If you are traveling with children, make sure that your own mask is on first before helping
Hey
your
Jordan,
children.
good evening.
In
mate.
the unlikely event of an emergency landing and evacuation, leave your carry-on items behind. Life rafts are located below your
Clear,
seats.
it's
and
not in the
emergency
builds, no,
lighting
this
will lead
is
you to the closest
Perugia
exit.
Airport.
We ask
Edinburgh
that
ground, easy to send for
your
3
luggage is stowed away safely during the flight. While we wait for takeoff, please take a moment
Peter,
to
it is
review
your
the
mate.
Edinburgh
Thank you so much continuing your amazing support of the channel. The pre-departure donation as always. Thank you, Peter.
Edinburgh ground, very good evening to you. Easy to send for 389, request A320 with information Tango. Requesting a flight clearance.
Andy 10, good evening, mate. Good to see you as well. See, thank you for the follow. Right, engine 1 start complete and happy. Starting
Can you
engine
repeat
2
that call sign, please, for aircraft calling?
and parking brake set. Jordan, that is indeed Dark Fury, yes. How could you guess?
Easy 2743, Edinburgh ground.
Why have I got terrain standby on there?
Unlocking gear.
Doesn't look like there's anything misset on the transponder. That's on. Set to above. TCAS standby. Yeah, that's normal.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
Edinburgh ground, easy to send for 3.
Tug out of the way.
Easy 2743, Edinburgh ground. Pass message.
Yeah. Sure, my terrain
Edinburgh
radar
ground,
can't be
easy
broken.
to send for 3. Very good evening to you. I think I can hear you now. So we are at gate 9. Aircraft type A320 with information Tango, requesting a flight clearance to Derry, please.
Wouldn't really want that to be not working if you've got rubbish
Unfortunately, there's no
weather
flight plan for
at
you.
an
Can you
airport I'm
contact
not
me when
familiar
you forge your flight plan?
with terrain that surrounds it. So that's a bit
I'll
of an
check on
interesting
that
moment.
and be right back for easy to send for 3.
Actually, you also just got the same issue. Maybe there's a problem with, I don't know. It's a bit weird, isn't it? Right, our ground crew is moonwalking.
Easy
If anyone saw that.
153, taxi, order point Alpha 106
Right.
via
Both engines
Echo and
are
Alpha.
running and happy, so
Total
that's
point
fine.
Alpha 1
Um,
06.
APU bleed can
via
come
Echo
off.
and Alpha.
APU can
153.
come off. Temperature is still 11 degrees, so that's fine.
Uniform
Spoilers,
Alpha
rudder,
1.
flaps, and trim.
Easyjet, can you check if you have a flight plan now, please?
After start checklist, anti-ice is off, ECAM status is checked. Pitch trims 29.7, rudder is neutral.
Easy 2743, we do have a flight plan now for you. Are you requesting your clearance?
Yeah, requesting a clearance, please.
Strange this, it's not often we hear Dark Fury working
Easy
so hard.
2743, cleared London Derry by the Gossamer 1 Delta departure offer 06. Information now Tango, squawk 6366.
So cleared to London Derry via the Gossamer 1 Delta departure on runway 06, and the squawk is 6366, and we have information Tango on board for Easy 2743.
Easy 2743, be back correct.
Easy 34 Alpha Mike's ready for taxi.
Easy 34 Alpha Mike, taxi on the point Alpha 9 via Foxtrot and Alpha.
Foxtrot Alpha, hold Alpha 9, Easy 34 Alpha Mike.
Shamrock 3250, ready for taxi.
Check. Fox
Shamrock
Alpha
3250.
and Alpha
Taxi on point Echo 2
9.
on Echo.
Holding point Echo 2 on Echo, Shamrock 3250.
Right, let's go. And brake check. Yep, they work. Peter! Well, hopefully he's too busy to read that. Right, we'll get onto Alpha, then I'll do the flight control check. Hey, Christian, didn't realise you were in the chat. Hope you're doing well.
111, Edinburgh.
Uniform Alpha 111, stand 103, pushing start group face north.
Uniform Alpha 11, I was just going to contact to ask if we could power down as we're cancelling due to weather.
Yeah, license firm. Break easy 153, contact Edinburgh Tower on 118.705 of safe flight.
Contact Edinburgh Tower on what was that, sorry?
118.705.
118.
Alright, so flight control check then, so
705.
full left,
154, thank you very much.
full
And
right,
Easy 2743
neutral,
at gate 9 now, we are ready for operation start.
full down, rudder, full right,
Easy
full
2743,
left,
stand 9, pushing
neutral.
start group face west.
Transfer tools, the gate 9 now for Easyjet 2743, facing west, sorry, for Easyjet 2743.
And Edinburgh ground, UK 524, stand 10, British Airways 146 for push, please.
UK 524, stand by, we've just got an aircraft pushing aside of you.
Keep your thrust forward.
Easy 34 Mike, continue holding point Alpha 1.
Was that for Easy 34 Alpha Mike?
A firm, Easy 34 Alpha Mike, continue to holding point Alpha 1 on Alpha.
Continue on Alpha, hold Alpha 1, Easy 34 Alpha Mike. Clear ECAM, disregard that spurious message.
Shamrock 3250, continue to holding point Alpha 1, runway 06 via Echo and Alpha.
Okay, taxi checklist, flight controls have been
Flag,
checked,
Alpha,
flap setting is config 1. FMAs, climb, nav blue 1FD2, 6000 blue, radar and predictive wind shear are on, ECAM memo, takeoff, no blue, EFB is stowed and disconnected. Chris, why do you do the flight control check while taxiing? You can if you
Easy 34
if
Alpha
you need.
Mike, contact Edinburgh Tower now, 118.705, hope you have a safe flight.
18705 for Easy34 Alpha Mike. Thanks very much for the service. Bye bye.
Hold short of Alpha and contact ground 121.755.
I've just missed a notification there. What was that?
Easy 153, runway 06.
Dark, flight signs. I'm certainly going to try to, mate. Yeah.
Clear for takeoff, Easy 153.
Tower Easy34 Alpha Mike with you on Alpha.
Easy 34 Alpha Mike, Edinburgh Tower, hold Alpha 1.
Hold Alpha 1, Easy34 Alpha Mike. Didn't know if LVPs were going to be enforced here, in which case we'd normally be holding Alpha 3. Organ, no I didn't. It was happening whilst I was contacting the tower, and I just sorted something out, so I just asked what was that? Completely missed it.
Easy 34 Alpha Mike by Alpha 1, runway 06, line up.
For Alpha 1, line up and wait 06, Easy 34 Alpha Mike. Let's get our lights on.
Easy 153, monitor Unicom 122.8.
Right, approach path is clear.
12122.8 Unicom, Easy 153. Thanks, have a nice day.
Lineup checklist. Cabin is secured. Takeoff runway is full length 06 TCAS. TARA PAX 12 off. Quick reminder then, it's a left turn at 640 or 0.5 miles ILS DME. Initial climb 6,000 and engine out procedure is standard.
Thank you.
Edinburgh Tower, Shamrock 3250 with you, Alpha for Alpha 1.
Shamrock 3250, Edinburgh Tower, good evening, hold Alpha 1.
Holding Alpha 1, Shamrock 3250.
Oh, Organ, you're going to visit the flight deck. That's brilliant. That means you can now brief my entire arrival. I will, you've got about 35, no,
Easy
30 minutes to do
Alpha
that for
Mike,
me.
runway 06, between 050 degrees, 14 knots, clear for takeoff.
Clear takeoff, 06, Easy 34 Alpha Mike. And the terrain radar is working again.
Good evening again, Edinburgh Tower, Shamrock 994, established on the ILS for runway 06.
Take off.
Shamrock 994, Edinburgh Tower, continue approach, runway 06, number 1.
Continue approach number 1, Shamrock 994.
Stable. Tackle thrust. Mantoga, SRS runway auto thrust blue. I love a good rainy takeoff. V1. Rotate. Positive climb. Gear up. Nav.
Shamrock 3250 via Alpha 1, runway 06, line up.
Via Alpha 1, line up there. 3250.
Just climb. Climb. Autopilot 1 is engaged.
Easy 34 Alpha Mike, monitor Unicom 122.8, good night.
122.8, thanks for the service, Easy 34 Alpha Mike, good night. Packs back on. Fox Zero, spoilers to sound.
KLM 931 is approaching Delta 3210 on approach Agpe 1 Echo.
KLM 931 Edinburgh Tower, good evening, a bit early for me I'm afraid. Go back to Unicom
watching the speed there. It just seemed to be a bit low, but no, that's better. We're targeting 250. Extra, would you use anti-ice for takeoff? I would have done today, yes, if the temperature had been 10 degrees or below, but it wasn't. It's now 13 degrees actually, so still don't need it on. Cabin crew is released. We've obviously got no ATC, so we will. I'll tell you what, we might as well go to our cruise altitude, haven't we? So, not cruising very high today. Open climb, 200 blue, standard pressure.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain seated while we climb to our cruising altitude. We will be starting our in-flight service shortly. You can find our sky menu in the seat pocket in front of you.
Right, spoilers, flaps, gear, lights. Oh, it's starting to get bright now, isn't it?
Thank you.
Oh, beautiful.
LM 931.
That looks gorgeous. Wish the weather radar worked. Peter, you hate being on tow duty when it's raining. I know. The whole point of tow duty is being able to look out and see the beautiful aircraft that you're controlling. Leon, does 10 degrees depend on stops? No. 10 degrees is standard across the board on all airlines. So even Boeing would do that. Right, that's 10,000 feet. Airports on the EFACE Radna page. Happy to clear that out. Flight level 200. Yeah, we know that's going to be fine, don't we? Cost index of 0. I'll leave the second floor plan in for the moment. Just get above this cloud layer, and then I think we'll be able to get the seatbelt signs off. And off we go to Londonderry for a visit to somewhere new.
Seatbelt sign has just been turned off. You may now move around the cabin. We recommend that you keep your seatbelt fastened while seated in case of unexpected turbulence.
Henry Arth, we are going to have a look at that. We're also going to look at the 777 immersion pack that's come out from them as well. I do have access to that. I've just not yet had a chance to install that and show that off. GL, why do we change the cost index to 0? That's just company stops. Not all airlines do that. El Bapino, good afternoon to you. How are France doing? Have they kicked off yet? Are they winning? There will of course be no stream tomorrow night as I fall asleep to the England match. 2-1, Henry. Who to? You can't just give us a score and not tell us who's winning. I want to know who England might be defeating on penalties in the next round.
Rook Niners, Charlie X-ray.
Hey, Tom, good evening. This is 169 Charlie X-ray. Have you established it?
I have wireless established.
Yes, have you established? How many miles are you from the runway?
I am 10 miles out of the runway right now.
Design and accuracy, confirm yours complete.
I love it when the cloud layers look like this. New moon as well, just up there, look. You see that? That reflection is something else. That is just beautiful. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we are going to go direct to the Mac VOR. If we have a look at this, you'll see why. So we're going to go direct to Mac. Save us a bit of time.
Edinburgh traffic, good evening, Bomax 9 Charlie X-ray, full establishment, flight on runway 06, Edinburgh traffic.
We were a bit late departing, so that's going to get us in at 20:06.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now starting our in-flight service. We'd like to remind you that we accept card payments as well as cash. You can find our Sky menu in the seat pocket in front of you. Please remain seated while we serve you. If you need anything, please don't hesitate to ask one of our cabin crew members. Thank you.
Avandari YT, thank you for the follow, Peter. Neither has anybody else. They've not needed to. My aircraft has been failing itself. We tried to do a return flight the other night. We flew to Amsterdam. The idea was to return.
So, 931, how many miles are you from the runway now, please?
The avionics door was stuck open, so yeah, we pulled back on stand. The MOC had to fix it. Ollie, when does this route open? I've no idea. You can book it now, though. If you go to the EasyJet website, I'm sure it will tell you. Tom, thank you. So France scored first, then Spain scored twice in 5 minutes. Spain are just toying with all of us, aren't they? I think Spain are heads on to win. Right, that's flight level 200. That's top of climb sorted. Go back to our perf page. Cost index of 0. And we will now just go to the ATSU and grab some en route weather. Let's see what's happening. Echo Golf Alpha Alpha. That is of course Belfast. Also see what's happening down at Glasgow, which we're not a million miles away. And I've got our destination weather on the tablet anyway. So at the moment, Belfast 74015, recent rain, recent drizzle. Yeah. And what have we got down in Glasgow? Yeah, also looks like fun weather. Nothing that would stop us getting in, but gone are the cavalcade days today. Peter, have I seen your latest pet project? I've not, Peter, no. Might have to Discord me that one. Okay, so I say we are top of climb. We'll just quickly skip through here, make sure nothing is broken. Cabin temperatures are fine. Brake temperatures are fine. All the flight computers are working. Engines look good. Bleed air's fine. Cabin altitude, all that stuff's fine. Electrics are fine. Hydraulics, they're behaving. Just go back to the fuel page. 5 to, yeah, that's fine. No fuel leak. Awesome. Anything on the overhead? No. Right, so we've got about 50 miles until we are top of descent. So the plan will be we're going to leave the Mac VOR. We will then fly direct to the NDB, Echo Golf Tango NDB. And as we can see there, we want to be 3,500 feet. There's an explicit note, if we just bring the tablet on so you can see it. There's an explicit note here, due to high ground, do not descend below procedure minimum altitude. So 3,500 feet will then obviously make the teardrop approach there, and that will bring us in for the ILS. Reminder, it's offset at 3 degrees, so it's going to be a manual landing, of course. Should the weather permit, it should do. It's fine at the moment, so a little threat for us. There. It's a normal 3 degree approach. Pappy's on the left. Platform altitude's 2,500 feet. And in terms of how we're going to fly this, the plan will be flaps 1 as we leave the VOR, and then as we begin the turn it's going to be flaps 2 and gear down. Because it's so low that we're going to intercept the glide slope, it's only 7.5 miles out. It's not going to be long after we've intercepted that then that we will get the gear down. Flaps 3 followed swiftly by flaps 4 for a flaps full landing. I've spoken about what's happening and where we're going once we've landed. Little threat as well, do not mistake Ballykelly Airport for the airport that we're actually going to land at. Just having a look here as well, the ILS DME is unusable below 3,500 feet between 140 and 185, so that's round here to the southeast. That's not going to affect us because we're not coming from the Belfast VOR, so that's okay. The missed approach is straight ahead 2,500 feet and then a left turn back to hold at the NDB. So if we have a look and we've set the box up, that is that's all fine, that's done. Just checking we've got the right procedure in there. Yep. So that's fine. We've done our dispatch landing calculation, that's fine as well. So the flight plan's okay. RadNav page, then we're going to pop in Echo Golf Tango. We'll pop that in there. We are of course Echo Golf Alpha Echo runway 08. That's where we're going. 78 miles to run, or 78 miles as the crow flies. Let's just have a look at the latest weather, see if there are any updates for us on that. We've already put this in whilst we're on the ground because it's only a short flight, isn't it? There has been an update, so the winds are now 040 at 21. I have to put the whole thing in. 040 21. It is QNH 1009. Set that. And the temperature is still 14 degrees, so that's fine. Minimum still 293. So let's just talk about the biggest.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now starting our in-flight shopping service. Today we
have to be very quick with that in-flight shopping service.
If you buy 2 perfumes, you will get a 10% discount on the third one. On this flight, we highly recommend the latest fragrances from our collection. You can find our shopping catalog in the seat pocket in front of you. We accept card payments as well as cash.
Stand 2 when we land. Look at that. There we go, stand 2. Fine. I have no idea where the real aircraft will park when they begin operations here. I'm assuming Pushback's available at this airport. If not, they'll obviously taxi in parks or sideways against the main apron, I'm guessing. Satoga, when would you turn both autopilots on? When you're capturing the ILS. Peter, you started a VA. Oh, nice. Ada, am I using loss of scaling? No, I'm not. Do I recommend it? Yeah, make up your own mind. Try it out. That's, you know, it's not an expensive program. Is it like £5 or something like that? So yeah. Leon, how come the final approach speed is always preset before you even put any of the info in, like winds, QNH, etc.? Because it knows the weight of your aircraft, and that's obviously probably arguably one of the biggest factors. So as long as that's in there, it's going to have a good idea. Then you tinker with it with its corrections by putting all the other stuff in there. So, just having a look, actually, it does say on the chart, just talking about the pushback. Stands 1 through 4 are nose in and pushback for Alpha, westerly facing with south maneuvering. Oh, right, so the pushback is available. Thank God for that. Albapina, how do you get the telex message for the gate and arrival? That is something that you get when flying in the UK on VATSIM. It is something, I don't know how they do it, but yeah, they do. Did I turn the terrain radar off? Someone knock it off by mistake. anti-ice will be on as we go down, but how beautiful does it look? Thank you to everybody that's hit the like button as well for us during our short flight. I say I'm hoping to do the return flight as well this evening, so if you want to stick with us, we will be back in Edinburgh in about an hour and 20 minutes, hopefully. Those clouds look menacing, don't they? Flight designers, you're going to stay for the return. Wonderful. Hope I don't get you into trouble with the missus. Not quite sure how big these stands are at Londonderry. It's going to be might be a tight squeeze on the apron if there's more than 2 aircraft there. I'm really itching to do a long haul flight. I've got a bit of a bug. I want to do a long haul flight with you guys here. I know whenever we do a long haul flight on this channel, because it's rare, I know loads of you like to come and join us in the chat, which is awesome because it honestly makes a 6-7 hour flight just zip by.
It's me again. I just wanted to share some information with you. We are currently cruising at an altitude of 19,000 feet at a speed of 660 kilometers per hour. The weather in Derry is partly cloudy with a temperature of 14 degrees. The rest of the flight should be smooth. In case of any questions, please don't hesitate to ask one of our cabin crew members. Thank you and enjoy the flight.
Right, we'll start heading down now. We're very close to our top of descent, so let's get down and we'll go flight level 100, descent 100 blue, and down we go. I'll use open speed in a little bit just to drop below that profile. Ligando, what have I bound to the engine fire buttons on the Thrustmaster? I have got arm spoilers and I've got rudder reset to 0, so you can basically it's what would be this but me in real life. Dylan, are there any restrictions on aircraft failures on VATSIM? You can fail anything you want on VATSIM, but VATSIM controllers, if they're online, have the right to say no. Basically. Ada, what scene am I using for Londonderry? I have got the freeware one, which looks incredible. I've not seen it yet. We'll see it together shortly. But it's free from flightsim.to. Looks really good. What there says it's odd to see me flying during the daytime? Well, it's not. It's just live weather. This is live weather. This is live time. It's just summer. Hey, Moda. Good to see you. Mad Aviation, thank you for the follow. Okay, so I'm going to just pull for open descent. I'll pull speed. Wind it up 270. Let's get down. Now, obviously, as we're coming in, and we're not coming in using sort of a prescribed approach, because we're not doing the 12-mile DME arc, etc. We're just going straight Echo Golf Tango and flying the teardrop approach. We just need to have a look at things like the terrain around here. We are, as long as we don't go below 3,500 feet, we will be we should be absolutely fine. That's the minimum descent altitude. So for the start of the approach, right? Anti-ice will definitely be coming on because those clouds are bubbling away. So let's pop that on. Probably don't need that one though. As we are coming in as well, what we shall do is just do a check to see if max reverse is going to be needed. So we've got the METAR, we'll apply that METAR, that's there. going for a flat full landing. If we just go for medium poor, yeah, so max reverse idle is what we're going to use for this flight landing. Neil says Derry runway is short. It's not that short. There are shorter runways the A320 will fly onto. Mad Aviation, hello, and Vinny, hello as well. Sailor says we had hurricanes come into the States the other day. Tried to make time to fly through it, but it didn't have time. Well, Flight Sim 2024 should have those in the sim, shouldn't they?
Ladies and gentlemen, we are starting our descent into Derry. Please follow the instructions of the cabin crew as we prepare for landing. Thank you.
Say Toga, why Easyjet, the name for the channel? Simply because we use Easyjet standard operating procedures. That's they're the procedures I know, so that's the ones we're flying.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you heard from our captain, we are starting our descent. Please make sure that your seatbelt is fastened and your seat back and tray table are in the upright position. We will collect any remaining service items in a few minutes. Thank you.
Right, seatbelt signs on. And local QNH 1009, open descent 360 or 3600 set. That's going to level us off here. I'm not too worried about that. Might just try and get down a little sooner because I do need to slow the aircraft down as well. So with that, we're now going to activate the approach. That's done. LS is on. India Echo Golf November is identified. Hey Elliot, how you doing? Good to see you. Vinny, we are on YouTube as well. Alright, speed 250. Oh, look at this weather. Elliot, I know the feeling of being busy. Vinny says, makes sense, answering questions I can't see. That's why, yes. I do try and read the question out as well, just in case, for that reason, but sometimes I do forget. Okay, pushing for managed speed then, let's get down to green dot. London Derry traffic, EZ34, Alpha Mike currently 12 miles to the northeast of the Echo Golf Tango NDB for the teardrop procedural approach for ILS runway 08. Say Toga, what's the best time to activate the approach button on the FCU, the autopilot, when you are at an intercept angle and when air traffic control have cleared you to intercept it? That's very important as well. God, these clouds. So hands on the speed brake lever as it's still out. What's the temperature? Do we still need anti-ice on? Yes, only +8. Okay, flaps 1, speed's checked. Flaps 1. Pulse speed 180. Elliot says, reinstall this sim now recently after a decent GPU upgrade. Enjoying beautiful FPS on ultra settings. Don't know where to start. Feels like a brand new experience. Just wait till FS24 comes out. Oh, I love it when the cloud layers are just layered up like this. It's awesome.
Thank you. I hope you enjoy your drink.
Peter treating everybody to champagne. Vinny, yeah, we're going to do the return leg as well because it's only a short flight, this one, so we're going to head back to Edinburgh after this. Another nav accuracy downgrade just showing there. So just confirming that as well. Accuracy is low. 0.3 required. Estimated is 0.5. Our nav approach wouldn't be possible. Certainly not our nav AR. Right. Flaps 2. Speed checked. Flaps 2. Alright, and the approach checklist. So bar FQNHE is 1009, seatbelt signs are on, minimums 293. We're going to use auto brake medium as per the calculations earlier on. EFB is stowed. Platform altitude 2500. There we go, 2500 set. VS 200, and we're going to see we'll level off at 2,500 feet just here. DCS didn't know Microsoft Flight Simulator was simulating GPS jamming. Well, it's probably not jamming here over the over Northern Ireland, but it does actually simulate stuff like that because it knows the position of the satellites. God knows how. I don't know how, but it does. And if they go out of range for a moment, then this is what you get. This is why we've got terrain standby actually, because the nav accuracy has been downgraded. Axe Crew, you got the same message. You meant to be doing the RNAV at Belfast. Right, flight like a Cessna and do the vision. Pixelated Official, I'm on the CFM just because Easyjet don't have the IEs. Okay, right hand turn will be coming up shortly. Temperature's fine now, so get rid of those. It does look rather murky down there, doesn't it? Sean says hi from Virginia. Hi Sean, thanks for joining us. Okay, so now we're making that turn 12.5 miles out. Let's activate the approach. So we've got alt glides up, lock blue, cat 3 dual, autopilot 1 and 2. Tony, what do I think of the Edinburgh A320? I'll be honest, I've not actually flown it that much. I do like the... oh, there we go, nav accuracy is back. Beautiful. I do like all the features it's got in the box. So it's got the go-around track, a secondary flight plan, all of that works. It just doesn't handle quite the same as the fly-by-wire, and certainly not the same as the Fenix. Anyway, lock star. Ada, when am I going to fly the 777 on VATSIM? When I know how to fly it. Expect slated to fix it functionality wise, yeah, they are pretty much exactly the same. Dan, why do you use the second autopilot? Use both for redundancy in case one has a heart attack. On Derry traffic, EZ34 Alpha Mike is established. ILS 0813 miles. Hey Jordan, celebrating 15 months of captain level membership. Jordan, I was just saying a little bit earlier on that I've really got a hankering for a long haul, which I'd love you guys to join me for. 777's the way to go, isn't it, if you're doing a long haul? Probably the best long haul aircraft available in the sim at the moment. Even I can appreciate that as a mere Boeing pilot, a mere Airbus pilot. Oh, that was a Freudian slip. Right, hope you can see this runway in a moment. Remember, it is offset. Misapproach altitude is 2,500 feet, and there'll be a left turn at 2,500 feet. Here comes the glide. I also fancy doing the little Air Transat flights or JetBlue flights, the A320 Neos that they use. Crossing the Atlantic in a little 320. Or 321, I think it is, isn't it? Oh, what British weather. Glide slope start, missed approach altitude 2,500 feet is set. $8 miles. Alright. Eyes out on the runway. See if we can actually see it. No, Dan. No. Leon says the A320X in the dev build now has SimRate functionality. I mean, that is one of the great things about the 777 that I really like. That auto SimRate change that it does. Makes it nicer when doing those long hauls.
Easyjet 243, entry now, that's it for procedure for runway 08.
London Air Traffic EC34 Alpha Mike established 6 miles, ILS runway 08. Right, start sorting ourselves out with the gear down, spoils armed, lights are on. Manage the speed, and flaps 3, speed's checked, flaps 3.
Cabin crew, take your seats for landing.
Flaps 4. Landing checklist. Cabin secured. Go around altitude 2,500 set. Eco minimal landing. No blue. Right. No blue. No runway. Small problem. It's offset as well. Oh, there it is. I think I've just got eyes on it. So as I say, reminder, it is offset. So once we're happy, we'll disconnect the autopilot and fly like a Cessna. There she is. So that's quite strong wind as well. 1,000 feet. Autopilot off. Flight director's off. Just overshot that runway centre line, so let's get her back on.
$500.
It's stable.
Above. Minimum.
Continue.
$100. 50, 40, 30, 20, retard. 5.
We've got spoilers, max reverse, decel. And we've missed the turning. Okay, manual brakes. Remember as well, if anyone is flying, we will have to backtrack, so do allow for that.
Welcome to Derry. Please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the aircraft has come to a complete stop and the seatbelt sign has been turned off. Please make sure you have all your personal belongings with you before you leave the aircraft. On behalf of the crew, I would like to thank you for flying with us today. We hope you had a pleasant flight and we look forward to welcoming you on board again soon.
Right, let's get these passengers offloaded and new ones on for the return. Hey, Woodcote, thank you so much for the prime sub. Appreciate it.
Easyjet on the localizer from 08, 12 miles out.
Right, APU's on, lights are off. Land air traffic, runway 08 is vacated. So just before I go any further, make sure that that's turned off and those are off so we don't fry the ground crew. New to this airport, we don't want to upset them on our first flight. Say Togo, what do you use to land the plane with the centre of the runway? Yeah, so on a bit of a gusty crosswind landing, like, well, that one felt a little bit like it. At 30 feet or so, start to put the rudder in, kick the rudder, and use the rudder to align with the runway. This airport as well has got a nice GSX profile, as you can see, so it's decent. Sorry, mate. Just realised I've just realised I'm blinding the marshal. There we go. Alright, parking brakes are set. APU is running, so shut down engine 1. And shut down engine 2. And we're ready to deboard. Wait for this to drop below 10. Beacon light can come off. Make sure all the other lights are off as well. There we go. All done. Deboarding. Wonderful. External power is available. Let's get that connected up. And packs can come off, fuel pumps can come off as well. Right guys, I need to create the flight plan for the return journey, which we shall do now. So let's step outside, watch the passengers all getting wet, and I will leave you with a lovely view of this airport. So this is freeware. I think it's pretty good job for a little airport.
1043 on format final, 41 is right.
I'll leave you with that. Let me just sort out the return flight plan, get that filed, and we shall be back in a couple of minutes. Don't go anywhere. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to hit the like button if you are disappearing. I will see you in a minute. Alright then guys, we're back, just sorting the charts out and things for our return journey. Also just need to give the aircraft Fenix a gear kick so we get the latest flight reported. Derry back to Edinburgh. I love doing a rotation flight. It's much more realistic. Don't often get time to do it. That's the issue. So that's all fine. Expecting obviously to land back on the ILS runway 06 in Edinburgh. There are no standard instrument departures here in Londonderry, so it's basically just straight out once you're happy to the first waypoint. Say Togo, what checklist for rotation flights? Do you turn off everything? No. Just things like your radar, picture, windshield, parking brake, obviously the engines, external lights, set them as need to be. Any of the fuel pumps, if you have things like the electric fuel pump on for a single engine taxi, that kind of thing. So yeah, you don't turn everything off. Flight design says you're waiting to give you trouble back on the taxi. How difficult can it be? It's only Edinburgh. Right, let's have a look at sorting ourselves out for the return. Just updating the Fenix for the next flight. We were meant to push back in 1 minute. We are late. Let's have a look at the operational flight plan then. So here it is. Not as heavy on the way back. About 5 tons underloaded. 230 minus 27. Yeah, that's fine. Easy 35 off Mike is the call. Off runway 08 direct back to Mac VOR and the Tunzo 1 Echo arrival. Let's have a look at what the weather's doing then. Let's see. Worst case scenario is oh my god! Look at the weather at Newcastle. We'll not be going there. Manchester is the planned arrival. 3 left. Oh no, I don't think so. Yeah, another crosswind at Edinburgh. Let's have a look. It's not much of a crosswind, it's only 2.3. Ceiling's 400 feet. It could be interesting, getting close to LVPs. I think is it 200 feet or 200 or 300 feet LVPs at Manchester, at Edinburgh come into play. Visibility at the moment is 7,000, broken 500, so it's not quite LVPs. And winds gusting up to 25 knots. So yeah, good fun. Here is our flight route back. Obviously, same icing conditions we've just had. A little bit of turbulence shown on the chart there as well. Same wind. So the return flight, you probably don't need to brief quite so much, just because you know on a short flight like this, you know what to expect because well, we've just been there. Yeah, so in terms of any extra fuel or whatever, plug fuel is 3.8. Let's just take a little bit because the weather might drop. If LVPs come into place, then it obviously slows things down at the airport, doesn't it? So we're going to we'll take 4.5 tons of fuel, and that will be that'll be fine. And let's get oops, ground services. Yeah, that's fine. 4.5 tons. Apply that. GSX can do it. 127 passengers on the way back. Currently still deboarding, as you can see. That number top right is going down, so that's fine. Lovely. Don't need to go through and check everything because, well, I've flown the aircraft. I'm not taking it over from anybody else. I know I've left the aircraft in good state. We'll still have a quick look to make sure, but everything looks all right. Nav actually upgraded in. Yeah, no problems with the GPS, but all is fine, I think. I'm going to leave the APU running. Got the external power on as well, just to reduce the load, but that's fine. I don't have to wait to muck about with the APU. So let's have a look at all the usual stuff. IRS should still be working. Overdrift at runway. We could do a quick IRS realignment. So if we off, and then back on. So that's just a quick realignment, and it should sort itself out. So I'll give those a moment. So the IRS just waiting for that to do its quick realign, and then init request. Neil, the tablet, can you put it on your iPad? Yes, yes you can. That is exactly what I've done. Got it on my iPad, and I'm just casting that onto the stream. So our flight number for the return journey is Easy35 Alpha Mike. Don't use that call sign very often. Index 4, ground temperature is 13. Tropo is close, so I'm happy with that. Cruising at 230, temperature 27. Drop the winds. Toga, when you take off your 4.5 tons fuel, do you turn off the engines for refueling? Yes, don't refuel with the engines running. You can refuel with the APU running though. That's okay. We've got 3 nav greens on the IRS just yet. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. That's realigned into itself. So, what are we doing? 08. No SID.
Derry traffic, Walker 2745 is taxiing Delta Echo to runway 08, Derry traffic.
ILS 06 on the, what was it? Tons 01 Echo. Via Tala. And that is 182 on the OFP, 195 in the box, probably because of the discontinuity, so that's fine. Radnav page is still fine, don't need to touch that. Onto our init B page then, if we've got the load sheet for it. Eight minutes delayed on our first flight. Going to be more than that on this second one. 048, 56.1. 0 fuel weight C of G, 31.6. Fuel for our alternate, which is Glasgow, is 0.9. Hit the fuel planning. $3.7. We are taking 4.5 tons, as long as the refuelers do their job. That's an extra 24 minutes and a takeoff weight of 60.4 tons. Takeoff CFG is 30.6. Right. Takeoff performance calculator. Runway 06 is wet. Flaps 1 for departure. It's not contaminated here. No need to force toga. Anti-ice will be off. It's 13 degrees. Packs will be off. Takeoff weight is 60.4, and that CFG is 30.6. Just grab the live weather. Intersection data.
Derry traffic, Walker 2745 is
full
landing on
length.
runway 084 straight at departure, Derry traffic.
Can we get off at Bravo? Can we get off at Bravo? We can. Excellent. Means we don't have to backtrack. Right, just for quickness then, I'm just going to send that to the box. So there we go, 116, 135, 135 flex is 51. Let's have a look at the thrust reduction, acceleration values, etc. Echo Golf, Alpha Echo, runway 08, 1021, 2521, 1021. And it's non-standard. So nose abatement 1 departure. Probably because there is some terrain right on the way out of this runway. We're literally flying towards it, so get us up and above it. There we go. So our engine out procedure is 3 miles from the NDB, left turn back to the NDB and hold. Secondary flight plan, copy our active. Echo Golf Tango is the NDB. Oh, where's that gone? Echo Golf Tango. Enter the hold, 7-6 right turns. And then back here, Echo Golf Alpha Echo. Zero 08 Zulu, no star, and the approach that we've just flown. Yep, perfect, there we go. Okay, so are passengers getting on board yet? Let's have a quick look. I think there might even still be. Are they still deboarding passengers? Oh my god, they are. They really need to hurry up. They've got a long walk. I'd love to get back into Edinburgh while it's still daylight. Alright, so there's no air traffic control online just here, so that's fine. Accept that. Hey Nick, good to see you. Just going to make sure we've got the latest weather information here then, as there is no ATIS. Latest meta, QNH is 1010. That's fine. Okay then, well, wait for the passengers. Let's look at the charts and do a brief. So as I said, there's no departure information, no standard instrument departure here. We are going to get out, unbelievably, on Bravo. Should I be concerned? Can we really get out on Bravo? I need to check something. Runway 08 from Bravo. No, we can't. That's ridiculous. That's 804 meters. Go back. Intersection Bravo. Where's he got 1,889 in? That is ridiculous. Oh, I know where he's got that from. Why is it... Ah. Where's he got that from? Runway 08, full length. There we go. That's better. Ugh. Full length, yeah. So we are going to have to backtrack. That's fine. Send those back to the box, and let's double check those speeds now. 117, 35, 35, 51. That's better. Yeah, that would have been disastrous. That would have been like a Wizz Air takeoff. Let's use the full runway. Something was wasn't computing right in the back of my head saying, yeah, we can take off from Bravo, which is literally halfway down the runway, and it's only a 2,000 metre long runway. We can't take off in 1,000 metres. Yeah. Right, well now we've got the right information in. Let's have a look at the brief. Right, so we are going to push back on this stand 2. Pushback will obviously be facing to the west, taxi on Bravo. We're then going to have to backtrack, turning pan right at the end. We want a full length departure, so we'll make use of that. Departure then will be straight out, and then once we're above 2,500 feet, we'll go direct to our first waypoint. Now, let me just check. What is the MSA here? It's not shown because there's no departure information. MSA is 26 in the direction we're departing, so yeah, that's fine. Yeah, then obviously off to our our first waypoint. Threats to be aware of for this. Obviously, the terrain that we've just become seen and briefed, etc. as we're going in. There is that terrain right there, 1,000 feet, 1,264 feet, right in the way of our departure. So if we do lose an engine, that's why it's 3 miles from the NDBL left-hand turn to keep us away from that. Yeah, so I think that's it. Once we're basically out and over that terrain, it's pretty straightforward here as well, isn't it? Obviously, there's no ATC knocking them out, so that's a little bit of a threat for us, but that's fine. Let's have a look at the arrival then, just because once again we're not going to have that much time to do it. So we're coming in on the Tunso 1 Echo arrival. Flight 170 at Tunso brings us to Tala, Tartan, and then we'll either get ATC vectors or vector ourselves in from Tartan, flight level 70, probably about green dot, and yeah, a nice Edinburgh arrival, which we've done so many times before. Let's just, whilst again I'm waiting for the passengers to board, we can get ahead of the game just a little bit because it is a short flight. The approach phase, let's have a look at the weather for Edinburgh. So current wind 050 at 13. Transition altitude 60. Temperature is 12. QNH 10. I'll get the minimums on there as well. At the moment, I don't think LVPs are in place. Let's just have a look. Runway condition report 555. Yeah, that's fine. Just decent length runway, light rain. Ground is open about aircraft. No LVPs. Alright, so we're looking for Cat 1 minimums then, which are 310.
Above. Minimum.
I'm going to go for a Convict 3 landing as well. Now, our landing weight. Oops. Let's just do our dispatch calculation. Landing weight should be about 58.1. We have taken how much extra fuel? About 5, 6, 7, about 700 kilograms. So if we did a landing weight of 59 tons, that should cover us. Arrival EGPH. Did I say 59 tons? I can't remember now. Hang on 1 minute. I think I did. Yes, 59 tons. Not heavy at all. Yeah, 59 tons. Auto brake low. Flaps 3. Okay, so that's basically just telling us there that we can use max reverse if we feel it necessary, and runway condition code actually is good. We can still get in flaps 3, landing with all margins met. Excellent. Nick 333, how are you doing? Thank you for joining us. Flight design says no LVPs just yet, but it's coming close. It's worth briefing if we do need to do the an LVP arrival. It means an auto land. I can't remember the last time we did an auto land in the sim. So we'll get that chart up just in case. Now my aircraft's fully working, so the aircraft is capable. I am capable, in inverted commas. So Cat 3B, so that's Cat 3 with both autopilots on, no decision height. Path altitude for that's 4,000 feet. It's a nice arrival anyway, 3 degrees, etc. So it's fine, yeah. They'll be able to get in, no problem. Right, I think finally passengers are getting ready to start boarding. Let's have a look. Is anybody coming yet? Hope so. GSX is just taking so long. That's the problem. We should have done away with GSX for loading the aircraft this time around. We're 18 minutes late. Hopefully they'll start boarding soon. Get ahead of the game as well a little bit here. If we just pop in our arrival, Echo Golf Papa Hotel. We're on runway 06. What's the platform altitude? Is it 4,000 or 3,000? 4,000, so that's 12-mile radius around there. So that's done. Yes, running 19 minutes late at the moment. Here comes the dispatcher. Come on, mate, run. Yeah. Flight design celebrated 36 with the channel membership, but of course it should be at 41 due to an issue with your YouTube account, wasn't it?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board Easyjet flight from Derry to Edinburgh. My name is Gavin and I am the captain of this flight. We are currently preparing for departure and we will be taking off shortly. Thank you for choosing Easyjet. Enjoy your flight. Our flight today will take approximately 39 minutes. The weather in Edinburgh is partly cloudy. Please remember to keep your seatbelt fastened while seated and whenever the seatbelt sign is illuminated.
Hello and welcome aboard. My name is Chris Hogg and I am the cabin crew member on this flight. As you could hear from our captain, we are currently preparing for departure and we will be taking off shortly. Please make sure that your seatbelt is fastened and your seat back and tray table are in the upright position. Please turn off all personal electronic devices, including laptops and cell phones. Smoking is prohibited for the duration of the flight. If you have any questions or need assistance, please don't hesitate to ask me or one of my colleagues.
Axe Crew says, why is flying in the Fenix so hard? So, Axe Crew, I would recommend there's a video on the channel regarding flaring and when to flare, how to flare, depending on the different conditions of the arrival. Definitely worth checking that out if you can. Magic, thank you so much for the follow. Does anyone have an update on the football scores for me? I'd love to know what's happening there.
Ladies and gentlemen, shortly after takeoff, we'll start serving snacks and drinks. You can find our Sky menu in the seat pocket in front of you.
Peter, good night, my friend. Thank you for joining us. Hope to see you soon. Ramlin says it's still the same score, so Spain winning 2-1. Fair enough. Thank you as well, Ethan. Right, so refueling has been completed. APU is running. I want to get out of here as soon as possible. So with that APU running then, and refueling completed, the packs on. APU bleed is obviously on. External power, we'll get rid of that. Seatbelt signs on because we want to get out of here ASAP. And the cockpit preparation checklist. Aircraft acceptance has all been completed. Fuel quantity is 4480, and that's balanced. Seatbelt signs are on. It is. We've got 3 nav greens, and the barrier of QNH is 1010, 20 feet. And Jay Skinner, thanks so much as well, mate. what it needs is someone to do one. Do you remember when we kept getting all those daft blanket ACARS messages sent to us? Someone needs to send football squad updates on those. And we know what we're doing. Organ run time to the Falklands flight. We're going to chance to get it in the next week or so. Organ, I will see what I've got. What I've got available for you. If need be, best thing you can probably do is just send me all the details for it. Send me a flight plan and such, and then we'll see what we can do. Well, it's getting quite warm in this office. Oh. Get some fresh air in. Stick our head out of the window. This guy's arms must be aching by now. He's been stood there like that for a while. Where are these passengers? Oh, I think we might actually be fully boarded and ready to go. If that is the case, brilliant. I just need the final load sheet from ground. Still a preliminary load sheet. Come on, I need the final one. Might be we're waiting for the ground crew. Oh yeah, there they are. Wait for them guys to finish. I wish there was a way in GSX to speed them up. Joel, do we fly with Virtual Easy? No, we don't. No. So, just having a look there, you can see we've got no standard instrument departure, so we're going to be straight out runway heading. Our initial climb, we're going to fly in 5,000. Once we're over 2,500, we're going to go direct the MAC. Go to the box, check everything. That's the departure, that's all fine. RadNav page, we've got the EGT NDB in case we need it. Vital 230 is planned. That, of course, is going to be absolutely fine for us as well. Speed 117, 135, 135, flexing at 51. Takeoff weight is estimated 60.4 tons, and Sector Flight Plan has the engine out procedure in. Right, come on, ground crew. Oh, rotation flights, take the mic. There's all our passengers sat there waiting. I say all our passengers. How many are there? Doesn't look like there'll be too many. There doesn't look like 127 passengers on board there. I think we might be missing a few. Finally, aircraft has been fully loaded. Right, let's get the ground crew into position, ready to go.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Waiting for that door to close. Please don't tell me the ground crew have left the door open to get out and close it myself. Final load sheet.
Departure checks completed.
Take away at 6.3.
Bypass pin inserted.
And CFG is 27.6. 31.6. That is over 2%. So I need to redo my takeoff performance calculations. Of course I do. Right, cargo doors closed at least. So takeoff CFG is now going to be 27.6. Probably because of all the missing passengers.
Locking gear.
117, 135, 135 and 51. Yeah, no change. Fine. Right, I believe there's a EasyJet aircraft behind us. Oh no, they've gone. That's fine. So we are going to push back, facing. Oh, it's got straight pushback. Oh, okay. Well, straight pushback will do. Right, beacon light is on. Transponder is
Release parking
on.
brakes, please.
Ooh, make sure that's squawking to
Taxi
the
Easy-743, back to taking one way, 08.
Release parking brakes, please.
And the before start checklist. Parking brake is on. Takeoff date is confirmed. Windows. Oh, windows. I never opened the window. That's why we have a checklist. In real life, it would be blindingly obvious that the window was not closed. There we go. Windows closed. EFB is on flight mode. Doors are closed, and armed beacon light is on. Parking brake released.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Nozzle steering is disconnected. Engine 1 selects 2 ignition. Starting engine 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the crew, I ask that you please direct your attention to the crew members as we review the emergency procedures. There are 6 emergency exits on this aircraft. Take a minute to locate the exit closest to you. Note that the nearest exit may be behind you. Should the cabin experience sudden pressure loss, stay calm and listen for instructions from the cabin crew. Oxygen masks will drop down from above your seat. Place the mask over your mouth and nose like this. Pull the strap to tighten it. If you are traveling with children, make sure that your own mask is on first before helping your children. In the unlikely event of an emergency landing and evacuation, leave your carry-on items behind. Life rafts are located below your seats, and emergency lighting will lead you to your closest exit. We ask that you make sure that all carry-on luggage is stowed away
Engine 1
safely
available,
during the
starting
flight.
engine 2.
While we wait for takeoff, please take a moment to review the safety data card in the seat pocket in front of you. Thank you for your attention.
Please set parking brakes.
Engine 2 seemed to want to take a while to start. Mike says it looks like France are about to go out of the Euros. Well, I can't say I'm surprised against Spain. Let's face it, France are probably the only team that are actually getting this far and have played worse than England. What is it? They've scored 1 goal. That wasn't from open play, and the other 2 goals they've scored have been own goals, from what I remember, Mike. And engine 2 available. Anti-ice is not required. And the FSTraffic checklist. Anti-ice is off, ecam status is checked, pitch trim is 26.7, correction, 27.6, and rudder is neutral. It's not a long taxi, so flight control check, full left, full right, neutral, full up, full down, neutral rudder, full right, full left, and neutral. London Air Traffic Easy 35 Alpha Mike, taxiing now to holding point Bravo for backtrack runway 26, runway 08 departure. Noticeable steering is still not disconnected. Interesting. There we go. Alright, so a quick recap then. Quick change to our takeoff with the LMCs, but no actual change to our performance figures. They're all fine and valid. Engine out procedure is non-standard, 3 miles left turn from the airfield NDB, and our routing is straight out 2,500 feet, then direct to our first waypoint, MAC, initial climb 5,000. Runway looks clear.
Traffic Easy to Stanford 3 taking off on radar 8.
Oh, maybe not. Oh yeah, there he is, miles away. London Air Traffic Easy 3 Alpha Mike, holding runway, holding short, runway 08 in section Bravo. Turn the taxi lights off while we're here. Don't want to blind him as it goes past. Looks like we should get a gorgeous sunset. Love that spray. Cancel master caution. And disregard clear recap. London Air Traffic Easy 35 Alpha Mike, backtracking runway 26 via Bravo.
Crew, prepare for takeoff.
Right, taxi checklist, flight controls have been checked. Flap setting is config 1 FMA is what, climbing up blue 1 FD. Where's number 2? Ugh, there we are. 1 FD 2, 5,000 blue. Radar and predictive wind shear both on. Ecam memo takeoff no blue, and our EFP is stowed and disconnected.
And
Packs are still on at the moment.
Stanford 3 passing 2,000 feet.
Waterwell 2-1, thank you for the follow. Hope you're doing well. A Ramley says au revoir, France. So that's taxiway Delta there on the left, I think. Can't go on that, not allowed. Too heavy. And then we've got taxiway Echo just here on the left. Okay, packs off before I forget. Because we are late as well, I'll get my first officer to contact ops and request cost index 50 for the flight. We've got enough fuel, we should be fine. Now that looks like some rather bleak weather. Look at the windsock as well. I can see a strong crosswind from the right there, so we might go full side stick down for this one. Didn't start the timer as this guy departed. I think it would have been 3 minutes since he left. So let's go. London Derry traffic EZ35 Alpha Mike departing runway 08 straight out. Okay, lineup checklist. Cabin is secured. Takeoff runway full length 08. TCAS Sierra Apex 1 2 are off. Let's go. Takeoff. Start the chrono and 50% M1. Stable. Man flex. SRS. Auto thrust blue. Interesting, we've got no runway there. V1. Rotate. Oh, it's windy. Positive climb, gear up. Heading. Open climb. First climb. Autopilot 1 engaged. Packs back on. Oh, I wish I had a working weather radar. This looks rather bleak and very wet. I love that mist. That mist is stunning. Flap 0, spoilers disarmed. Master caution, cancel. Oh, Axe Crew, yeah, of course it was an offset localizer, wasn't it? Okay, standard pressure 230 blue. Direct our first waypoint. MAC. Oh, that looks stunning. How gorgeous is that? Now, as an aviator, don't particularly want to fly through that, looking at those weather build-ups, so let's fly around that. We're going to go heading 090.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain seated while we climb to our cruising altitude. We will be starting our in-flight service shortly. You can find our sky menu in the seat pocket in front of you.
So yeah, we're going around that. Cabin crew released. Spoilers, flaps, gear, get the lights off. Oh, GD, that's a good point. I can fix that for you. There There we go. That should be a little bit better. What a view. Okay, so what we might do then, given those build-ups, we probably will go direct to Tango Romeo November. So back into nav mode, 10,000 feet. Cost index 0. The rad nav can be cleared out. Secondary flight plan, copy active. And away we go. Placebo, do I know why your terrain wasn't showing on the screen yesterday? Could be a couple of reasons. So if your GPS had downgraded for whatever reason, then it can't compute where your aircraft is properly, so it won't show the terrain radar. Frosty Views, thank you for the follow. Fruitbat, good evening, mate. What do you call an airplane that flies backwards? A receding airline. Oh man, that's awful. Shouldn't be looking at that. Okay, well, am I doing integrated or modular what? Okay, seatbelt signs come off.
As you can see, the seatbelt sign has been turned off. You may now move around the cabin, but we recommend that you keep your seatbelt fastened while seated in case of unexpected turbulence.
So estimated time there is 21:40. See if we can beat it. Chrono, placebo. What is the chrono button for? It's just a timer. Just a timer. That is essentially all that it is. Calculate neither. So short as the flight is, quickly grab some en route weathers in case something goes bang or one of the passengers decides we need to divert quickly. So quick weather request. We want Echo Golf Papa Foxtrot, which is obviously Glasgow, and we'll check out Belfast as well. It's not a million miles away. So Belfast is Cat 1 with drizzle, visibility is 5k, and what we've got in Glasgow, that is light rain 7k, overcast 2-3, that's fine. I love this time of day in the sim. I say this time of day, whenever we get the sunset colours, they look beautiful. And we've had so many different cloud layers as well tonight. Look at that.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now starting our in-flight service. We'd like to remind you that we accept card payments as well as cash. You can find our Sky menu in the seat pocket in front of you. Please remain seated while we serve you. If you need anything, please don't hesitate to ask one of our cabin crew members. Thank you.
Hey, Flight Designs, how can you redeem tea? Aren't you sat in the control tower at Edinburgh? Yeah, just simply gorgeous colours, those. Okay, nearly at the top of climb already. We're not climbing very much tonight. Flight design at the coffee pot in the corner, no cabin crew today. Oh dear. But mate, do I use NVIDIA filters? No, I don't. No. So it's all vanilla when it comes to what you see on screen. Oh, dark. You've just made me thirsty now. Forgot to mute the microphone. Apologies. I can see there's a bit of a cloud layer that we're going through, and it is within the icing range, so get those on. Don't need the wing anti-ice, that can come off. Speed Alt Start. It's been very strange weather today in the UK. This morning it was absolutely lashing it down where we were, and it was cold. Then I went to go and pick the kids up at about 20 past, 3:15. Went out with my jumper on because it was quite cool in the house. Went outside and it was so warm and muggy, like well, crazy. Right, we're at cruise now, so yeah, special request, costing X50. Up we go. Mac Alt Cruise and TCAS 2 below. Check nothing's broken. Zip through all of the SD pages. Fuel, that's fine. Adds up. Temperatures are good. Brake temperatures are fine. Flight controls are working. And aircraft is normal. Nothing on the overhead that's broken either. Kickoff says, yeah, the weather, it's very strange, isn't it? Don't know about global warming, maybe global raining. Oh, the sun just dipping down, look. Just a hint of a shadow as well on the flight deck. It's beautiful. Alright, so let's have a look at the arrival. Edinburgh's pretty straightforward. So, obviously what we are going to do is, as we approach Tala, probably, as long as there's no ATC around at the moment, and if there's no air traffic in our way, what we'll probably do is from Tala, instead of going direct Tartan, we'll probably fly a more northerly heading from Tala, obviously no lower than, well, 4-1 is the grid more, and then once we are within 25 miles of the Edinburgh NDB 39, so that'll be fine. We'll not be getting down that quickly, but the idea will be just to cut our route slightly short as we are late this evening. So yeah, from Tala we'll fly north, get green dot in, and then from there we will yeah, basically brings ourselves in for an arrival on the ILS, self-vectoring ourselves. Pretty straightforward. Threats to be aware of course, the little terrain that we've just seen as we're going down, and then this terrain here as we work our way in from the south. Platform altitude is 4,000 feet though, so that terrain really shouldn't be an issue unless something really does go wrong. But Edinburgh's straightforward, 3-degree glide path. We're up in for flaps 3 landing tonight. We've already done those calculations back on the ground. So yeah, all is well. We know the airports where we're going, vacating to the right, etc. Dark Fury is then going to give us a ridiculous taxi apparently. The missed approach is straight ahead 3,000 feet. So yeah, nice and straightforward for us. FPS, how does the sim look so good? I mean, I'm only in 1080. I don't stream in 4K, and I don't have my sim in 4K either because I don't actually have a 4K monitor for this. I'm not, with the graphics card I've got, I'm not sure it would not sure it would work very well streaming and trying to do a 4K resolution. Right, what are we expecting? Expecting gate 20. Where the heck is that? Let's have a look. Oh, right, okay. So we can expect maybe get off at Charlie. Little hotspot there as we cross Alpha. So it'll be Charlie, Lima and Golf for us. Hey, Aaron says clouds are low tonight. Fluent Stansted didn't have visibility till 200 feet. Well, that would usually then be LVPs and an auto land condition. I'm loving the fact that we've got still sunlight at this time here in the north. Tom says, never got a gate assigned at this way. Is this only a UK thing? Tom, it is. Yes, exactly. Something that I really love. I think it's a great touch. I wish it would be rolled out across the entire VATSIM network. Because even if there isn't a controller present, you still do get that. Which is, I think it's awesome. So a nice, peaceful Tuesday night that we've had this evening. And flying to somewhere new as well, with the rotation. Doesn't happen very often, sadly, on the stream, but did tonight.
Now starting our in-flight shopping service. Today we have a special offer for you. If you buy 2 perfumes, you will get a 10% discount on the third one. On this flight, we highly recommend latest fragrances from our collection. You can find our shopping catalog in the seat pocket in front of you. We accept card payments as well as cash.
Captain Buddha, how do you get the gate information through the book too? With the Hoppies, if you're signed up to the Hoppies A-Cars network, there's a video on the channel regarding that, and you're on VATSIM, then it automatically sends it to you. Right, so no ATC around. I reckon actually we can probably go for almost a direct straight entry in. So let's just have a quick look at that. Flight designs, you ain't getting signed to any. Oh, you're a pain, but we love you. Let's have a quick look. Right, start our descent. Thrust saddle, open descent, 100 blue, down we go. Oh, tray table, don't actually need you. There we go, I think that will work nicely for us. So let's go for a little more of a direct straight-in approach. There's no ATC and there's no aircraft in our way, so that will work fine. Just got to be careful of terrain, obviously, when doing stuff like this, so we can double check. A bit more as we're coming in. 4-1.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are starting our descent. Please follow the instructions of the cabin crew as we prepare for landing. Thank you.
Keep the speed up in order to get down. So a bit of a slam dunk approach for us tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you heard from our captain, we are starting our descent. Please make sure that your seatbelt is fastened and your seat back and tray table are in the upright position. We will collect any remaining service items in a few minutes. Thank you.
So a very short flight. So we want now to go with a QNH 1010, that is the local QNH, 4,000 feet, and we'll see we're just going to get that in time, so that's going to work perfect for us. Might just need some spoilers because we will need to slow down, of course. We're doing 330 knots at the minute. We'll get the seatbelt signs on, and we just want to check the information we've got here. Temperature is now 11. Wind is 05013, that's fine. QNH is 1010, yeah, it's all good. And flaps 3 landing. Nope, wrong one. Actually, what we're using for the cabin announcements, I'm using Cabby, which is a new AI tool. There is a video about it on the channel if you wish. Just a reminder, guys, if you haven't done so already, please do leave a like for us. Makes a big difference to the channel if you're watching on YouTube, so thank you for that. Also on screen as well, our partners. Links to AnyBuild are in the video description down below, one of our channel partners. Using that link to purchase your AnyBuilds, scenery, etc. And aircraft does support the channel as well, so thank you to everybody that does that. And of course, if you're purchasing anything from the Contrail store, where there's literally hundreds of add-ons available, then you can get yourself 10% off using that discount code as well.
Edinburgh traffic Osprey 09 Torpedo exit. Takeoff is runway 0.
Roger, me, thanks. Shuttle jump in the traffic.
So just checking what we've got on here. Make sure the flight plan looks correct. Not quite sure why we've got William Tarpon there. Clear that out. Don't need that. So set speed now 250. We're in heading mode, and because of that issue we've ended up too high. I thought we were going to be fine, however there was an issue with that, so what we might do is we'll just do a quick 360, get ourselves, because we need to be 4,000 feet here. Activate the approach phase. That's already done actually, that's fine. India Victor Golf is identified. Just circle here. We're not in anybody's way, we're just down at 10,000 feet, so we're actually too high to get in anyone's way. This temperature's going to be okay, we don't need anti-ice. Mika, is Rex 4 compatible with Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020? No, it's not. Ben Savage, good afternoon. Or good evening, rather. Right, let's push for managed speed, start slowing down. James McLaren, glad you like the streams, mate. Thank you for joining us this evening. Adam, I've seen the Intervals A350 teaser photo. Yes, looking forward to that. Right, make a left turn in a minute. There's an aircraft there about to pick up the ILS, so we don't want to get in their way.
Edinburgh traffic easy 2743 on the localizer for runway 06.
Okay, nav, and now back on track to pick up that localizer. 20 miles out. Check that temperatures are in the cloud, it's 11 degrees, anti-ice not required. Approach checklist, bar QNH 1010, seatbelt signs are on, minimums 310, auto brake low, EFP is stowed. Uganda, what do you mean regarding different engine start procedures? Axe crew, I need good documents for temperature corrections for the extreme conditions. Yeah, on our Discord in the pilot's briefing room there is a full OMA, or is it an OMB? I think it's an OMB manual that's in there. Basically an airline operating manual, which does have temperature correction charts in there. Right, glide slope, lock blue, capture dual, 1 and 2. Oh, Gando, you're talking about a different engine start, not because of different kinds of engines, but you mean instead of doing an auto start, things like manual engine start or air starter or cross-bleed starts, that kind of stuff. It's not something we've actually got on the channel at the minute. Lock star. Ben, you've just got back from your holidays today. Oh wow, nice. Been anywhere decent? Edinburgh traffic easy 35 Alpha Mike. Established ILS 06 about 190 miles. Edinburgh traffic. Well, not much to look at out there, is there? Hey, Captain HW. Yeah, 3-5 Alpha Mike, because we did 3-4 Alpha Mike half an hour ago. This is the return leg. Christian, it's a bit Scottish. Flight Design says we're now going updated 80s. What we got? Surface wind 06013. Here comes the glide slope. Flaps 1. Speeds checked. Flaps 1. And speed 180. What's the wind now? 06013. Visibility 38. LVP's in operation. Moderate rain, broken 400 feet. Right, okay, so quick change. No decision altitude. We're now going for the Cat 3B approach. Slope captured. Auto land it is. Missed approach altitude 3,000 feet is set. Okay, so with the auto land, we obviously just need to check. We did this at the start of the flight anyway, but the aircraft's capable, the pilots are capable, and yeah, we just now need to monitor the aircraft for the auto land. Obviously, red auto flash, then go around. Unless I'm happy and can see, in which case we'll disconnect and continue. CO, when do you use anti-ice? When you are flying through visible moisture, so clouds, rain, etc., fog, mist. The TAT is below 10, the SAT is above -40. Flaps 2, speeds checked. Flaps 2. Edinburgh traffic, easy 35 Alpha Mike. Inbound ILS 06, 8 mile final. So just confirming as well, we've got Cat 3 dual, no decision height. Aircraft's capable, airfield is capable. Very Scottish weather. Okay, 6 miles, gear down, spoilers armed, manage speed, flaps 3, speeds checked, and landing checklist. Cabin secured, go around altitude 3,000 feet set, and ECAM memo, landing no blue. Right, if this is a bad landing, it's not my fault.
Cabin crew, take your seats for landing.
Kickoff franchise, so you need to check the small pin between the two windows as well. That's only for the wing anti-ice, but that's not going to ice up unless it is, as I said, visible moisture below 10 degrees and above -40. That is the window of ice. Pardon the pun. And baby on board, not all aircraft warn you that there is ice. Aircraft have to pay extra for that warning to be installed. Just a reminder of the go around, if we do need it, is just straight out 3,000 feet. Adam says this is just average weather in Scotland. Dopesy, I believe that the Fenix will be compatible with FlightSim 2024. You wouldn't have to buy it again, as far as I'm aware. GL mate, welcome to the First Officers Club. Really appreciate your support. Sorry I missed that a few minutes ago. So obviously a couple of other things you've got to check with regards to doing an auto land. We're fine, but 30 knot headwind, 20 knot crosswind, and 15 knot tailwind. Actually, that's wrong. It's 30, 20, 10. But either way, we don't have a 30 knot headwind, so we're fine. So land.
$100. 50, 40, 30,
Flare.
20, 10, retard, 5.
And roll out. Now spoilers, reverse green, decel, autopilot off, manual brakes, reverse is off. I've seen worse landings.
Welcome to Edinburgh.
Edinburgh traffic,
Please remain
easy
seated with your
35
seatbelt fastened until the
runway
aircraft has come to a
06.
complete stop and the seatbelt sign has been turned off. Please make sure you have all your personal belongings with you before you leave the aircraft. On behalf of the crew, I would like to thank you for flying with us today. We hope you had a pleasant flight and we look forward to welcoming you on board again soon.
Edinburgh ground, good evening, Easy 35 Alpha Mike.
Easy 35 Alpha Mike, go ahead.
Requesting a cup of coffee and a bagel. No, request a taxi to gate, please.
Easy 35 Alpha Mike, if you're getting a bagel and coffee, I want one too. Taxi stand 29 via Alpha Mike Hotel and Golf.
Alpha Mike Hotel Golf and stand 29 Easy 35 Alpha Mike. Cheers for the service.
No problem, anytime.
Could you have picked a stand further away? Probably not. What are we going? Stand where? 29? Where the hell is that? Oh, it's the one that's missing. Of course it is. The one that's missing from GSX. Stupid thing. Alpha Mike Golf, are you taking the mic? What's wrong with Lima? Christian says don't listen to that controller, he's rubbish. Yeah, well, clearly he must not have Lima on his chart. I'll play fair. Maybe Lima is used for aircraft outbound. Again, in an autoland, do you actually flare the aircraft before touchdown and kill the power yourself? No, no, no. You just let the aircraft flare. It'll do everything for you. The only thing you need to do is move the thrusters to idle when the aircraft tells you to retard. I swear to God I'm going to kill him. I've just realised where he's sending me. If I declare a fuel emergency, I don't have to do this taxi. He's sending me all the way around the houses. Oh. There's words I can't say on this family-friendly channel. I didn't even know Edinburgh had a hotel taxiway.
34 Alpha Mike. Unfortunately, we've got a stand change for you. Continue on Mike over to Hotel Golf and on Lima back off Alpha up to Foxtrot Stand 8.
Yeah, I'm going to log off. Yeah, dispatch has just told us to offload passengers here on Mike. I'll let the MOC sort it. That might be you.
Hey, sir. Continue on Mike. Turn on Golf. Back on and then stand 29.
Heading to stand 29 via Newcastle. Easy 35 Alpha Mike.
Easy. Disregard.
How long have you guys been plotting this taxi route? I'm going to go and cut power to the control tower. Yeah, Tony, stand 1A. In that I'd be going through the car park to take off and land again. Can I even do stand 29? I think it's occupied by a dirty Ryanair. That's why it's not in the GSX menu, isn't it? Yeah. Ryanair are on stand 29. How dare you send me to a stand with Ryanair?
EV52 Victor Kilo, request push your start gate, stand 52, correction 22.
EV52 Victor Kilo, stand 22, push I can start facing off.
Yeah, this is going to be stand 28 for me.
Reset proof face north 52 Victor Kilo.
Did wonder why it was randomly missing from the GSX menu. Now I know. ATC will just have to give me a number to call. And job done. Beautifully parked on the wrong stand. Right, parking brake is on. Is APU up and running? Yeah, let's have a bit of bleed air on there. And shut down engine 1. Shut down engine 2. Guys, welcome back to Edinburgh. Oh, that's been great fun tonight. Aside from the controller. Right, let's deboard, deplane. Hey, Dr. Magic, you're here turning up at the end. It's been a nice long stream as well. It's been like we never stream for this long in an evening. But yeah, there you go. Let's deboard. Good night, everybody. External power is on, so APU bleed, APU mask can come off, fuel pumps can come off, seatbelt signs can come off as well. I believe the strobes can come off. Not the strobes, sorry, the beacon light. They can come off. And God, we are done. Simmer says, have a good one. Thank you so much. Andrew, I enjoyed my Northern Ireland stint because I like flying somewhere different. And of course, that is indeed somewhere very, very different tonight because it's a new route. Looking forward to seeing that happen in real life soon enough. Funnily enough, they
Please remember to take all your personal belongings with you. Make sure you have everything you brought on board. Thank you.
They also will be flying to Liverpool as well from London Derry, so you'll be able to check that out as well. Thank you once again, everyone, for joining us this evening. Hope you've enjoyed our rotation flight. I say we don't get to do them that often, so I hope you have enjoyed it. Thank you so much for joining us. A reminder, if you have enjoyed it, then please don't forget to leave a like as you disembark. Remember the discount code down at the bottom for the Contrail store as well if you want to save yourself some money. And a massive thanks to all of our Easyjet Sim Pilot channel member supporters who are just absolutely incredible. There is the big meetup on Thursday as well at Manchester Airport, which I'm gutted I'm not going to be able to attend, but I have said I will be going to Manchester at some point in the future, and I will be advertising that ahead of time, so that if anyone is available and is bothered about actually meeting me in person, then I will be announcing that on our Discord server in due course, because, well, I know many of you, but I need to go and I need to meet Dark. In fact, Dark, giving me a taxi stand like this, I've just remembered I know where you live. You don't live that far from me. I'll start sending threatening letters. And yeah, but awesome stuff. So thank you so much, guys. There will be no stream tomorrow night, of course, because there is a match I need to fall asleep to watching. So until our next stream, guys, thank you so much. I will see you all again in the next one. Good night, everyone. Bye bye.